positive, you know how we do. Big up, big up, big up to this crew. From day one till it's done, do or die, me and you. Big up, big up, big up to this crew. Yeah, we like to keep it positive, you know how we do. Big up, big up, big up to this crew. Got props non-stop and mad love for you.
Rising up like the moon, elevating the mood, uplifting attitudes, cause that's what we choose to do. And I don't know about you, but there's enough negativity going around with plenty room to improve. Yeah, sometimes we collide with stress and negativity. We always let it slide. It's an elevated vibe, so fly. We touch the sky every time we ride.
Big up, big up, big up to this crew. Yeah, we like to keep it positive, you know how we do. Big up, big up, big up to this crew. From day one till it's done, do or die, me and you. Big up, big up, big up to this crew. Yeah, we like to keep it positive, you know how we do. Big up, big up, big up to this crew. Got props non-stop and mad love for you.
Now roll back time, tell me what you find. You're gonna see the same sucker MCs on the sidelines. In the fourth quarter when it's do or die time, that's when this crew is inclined to go prime time. From day one straight till it's done, but you all know full well that we only just begun.
Yeah.
We stick together, one for all for one. When it gets heavy, no, we don't cut and run. Crazy thinking about the places that we've been. Now I could tell you stories that'll make your head spin. But like I said, straight, thick or thin, there's so many memories giving me silly grins. So please allow me to introduce to you my one and only homies, yo, I love this crew. So please allow me to introduce to you my one and only homies, yo, I love this crew.
Big up, big up, big up to this crew. Yeah, we like to keep it positive, you know how we do. Big up, big up, big up to this crew. From day one till it's done.
Hey everybody, I just hope y'all had a good weekend. We got a few announcements right quick to go over, and then I don't know where my guest is right yet, but they probably will be trying to come up here in a little bit, but we have got some of our stickers that we're going to be selling for long. I got purple, red, and I got the green color one, the teal one. We have got our cups that we getting ready to finish up. Our shows comes on every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do have amazing guests every weekend. Hey there, Devil Dog. What's up, everybody? There's Mr. Matt. What? Just draw. Brother. What's good, Devil Dog and Joe? Oh, Lordy mercy. Well, we got a new one in here. I don't see the name of that one. Just Facebook user. I'm glad you stopped by. Hey, Crossover Paranormal Society. Hey there, Devil Dog, man. I appreciate you coming in here. I know I talked to you earlier this morning, and you said you hadn't been in bed yet, and I don't see how you do it, buddy. I don't see how you do it. Lord of mercy. Now we got a few things that we can talk about right quick. The guest tonight, I'm not sure yet. My cousin's supposed to be getting in contact with them. I hadn't heard from her within a few minutes ago. Hey, Double Dog. Hey there, Vicky. I didn't even see you come in here. Said hey to Matt. Matt said hey to Vicky. Hey, Vicky. Devil Dog said hey back to Vicky. She says hi to Joe. Matt. There's Raymond said hey. Well, we will give them a few minutes. Then, if not, I will find somebody to pop up at the last minute. I don't know what's going on. They hadn't told me anything yet, so I'm not sure. I know I sent a link about 10 minutes ago at the most. Raymond says hi, Matt. Vicky said hi to Raymond. Texas Rave Hunter got questions. We can use some questions here tonight as soon as our guest comes on. I'm going to take some questions from the audience and let them ask some of the questions too. I've got a few that I came up with today when I was at work. I don't know where everybody's at. Let me resend it. So how's everybody doing? Live from the Parapig Studio it's our brother Jonathan Myers. Laugh out loud, couldn't resist. So how this show going tonight, or I meant Jonathan. Oh man. Y'all ain't right. Laugh out loud, Matt. Hey man, every time I play that video, I played it like 1,000 times. The intro, man, it's pretty cool. It touches home, man. It's got my little pig in there. I named the studios after him. I appreciate that you done it for me, man. It was awesome. I bet I watched it 1,000 times. I probably about wore it out. I really like the logo. Oh yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I like that pig in the middle of it where it had that lockdown on his belly. That was pretty cool. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Anything for family. Oh yeah, man. It was so fun to watch it. I even showed people at work. I said, check this out. Check this out. So it was awesome, man. It was awesome. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you a lot. I just resent the link to my cousin because she's the one supposed to be getting in touch with them women. But this is what we're supposed to be having tonight. I will. Let's see here. That is the witchery, modern witch stuff. There's 4 of them, but I'm not sure how many that's going to be coming on. I sent my cousin the message again afterward just a few minutes ago. I don't know where she is. Maybe she'll figure out something. Don't we'll go for a little while, and then we'll just call it quits. It's kind of too hard to get everything going. I rushed around and got me a shower, got off work just to get home so I can get the show started. I never drove fast in my life until tonight. Like logo family, bring pop up on camera. Pops. Oh, he's at house. He don't know how to get up on. I can send him a link, and he won't know how to get up on here. But I will next time. Well, right there's my dad now. That's my dad, but I don't know how he knows how it is. They're amazing. They are amazing. Hopefully, it works out for them to get on. Oh, I know. I wished I knew something what's going on. I don't know nothing. It will be an amazing show. This is my first show with different type of guest. You know, I'm all about the paranormal and everything like that. Hey there, buddy. How's it going tonight? Oh, it's going pretty good. I'm by myself right now, buddy. I'm just waiting on till my guest pops up. If I can keep everybody in the view here, keep them watching until they pop in. But does anybody have any questions for me about the team or whatever? You got this, brother. Doing great as always. I appreciate it, buddy. I feel like I'm talking to myself. I feel like an idiot and a nut. I don't have nothing to show. I erased all the video clips I had on here a while ago. What's the best? What's the best investigation you've been on? My best one has to be, well, I've got 2 actually, the battleship and the clinic over in um, over here in North Carolina on the other side of my town where I live at. That's about the best place that I've been to in a pretty good while. I do like to go to cemeteries, but some of them it's a hit or miss on a few of those. Sometimes we go, and sometimes something happens, and sometimes it just not nothing ever happens. Imagine how I feel. Oh, you do good, Matt. Man, you're awesome. Hi, Jonathan. I just leaving Walmart, but wanted to pop in and say hi and give the thumbs up. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. You're got 7 in here. Definitely not talking to yourself. And hi, Jamie. Vicky says. She said hi, Vicky. Um, yeah, the battleship's probably my most favorite. We investigated North Carolina battleship down in Wilmington, North Carolina. I've been there twice so far now. First time was amazing. And then second time, that's when I got to meet up with Matt and a few other people from all over the U.S. here. Uh, Matt can tell you the same. That was like a awesome investigation. Live sometimes has issues. I am certain they are trying. Is going, hey, my friend, you are no idiot. You do a good job with your show and are doing the best you can. Sometimes things don't work out. We still watch you hang in there, my friend. I appreciate that, Baker, buddy. I appreciate that a lot, bud. Hey, everyone, please share this out and don't forget to like and subscribe to Cross Solar Paranormal Society. I appreciate that, Matt. I agree with Dwayne. Yeah, it's hard, man. I've had 3 guests cancel on me before, and I had 2 guests for the night, and I put them back because I wanted to get these uh, ladies on here, and all this stuff goes on. I know it's hard. Dude, go Eagles. Here we go already. Here we go. Hello, Facebook user. But no, I have guests canceled before too, brother, or just ignore my message. It happens. Oh, I know how that feels, buddy. It does take away a lot of other things. I don't think they canceled on me. I think they're just having a little trouble. My cousin, she has sometimes she's got trouble getting on the link. Um, it's she stays busy all the time. Also, she got her daughter. She looks after her, and she got them 2 new goats. She's got her hands full now. Uh, but no, you can count on some Eagle fans to kick a man when he's down. Yeah, I'm not too big on Eagles, no way. Me and that boy I worked with, he was an Eagles fan, and we used to we used to pick with each other all the time about it. Black and yellow, no, no, no. You got to have a star to be a star, and I got mine. You be wearing one of these sometime, Matt. You'll be transferred over, and you'll be happier. You will be a whole lot happy. But I've always asked people this one question that I never heard anybody else ask it. So I guess I wait until you come out of the 80s. This is the 80s, 90s, and the thousands and everything else. You'll see. You'll see. You won't never get sick no more when you wear something like this. It helps you. He would feel like a new man. It with that star on. Yeah, people say, "Look at that star. He must be a movie star." But I guess I adopted this question. I ain't never heard nobody ask it, but would any of y'all go to the Bermuda Triangle and investigate it? You can snap, yeah, with the. You ain't right, Matt. You ain't right. I know you at work, Matt, but you actually had to come in here. I know you at work, buddy, but you had to come in here and try to defend yourself, everybody. Anybody got any more questions that they want to ask me or anything? Let me see if I can get away. Shoot a message to Mackenzie. She might come up. Okay, that's cool, man. Give me enough time to see if my guests will be on here. I sent her a link a while ago, but haven't received the link yet. They should have. I sent it to my cousin. She knows how to get into them. I don't. I don't know the first thing about them. Night's my first night to meeting them. Was just wondering when you go certain places or see things do, you get a feeling something is present or is there watching you, y'all. Yes, I do get that feeling that there's something is watching us, especially when we go to the bridge down on the Thor Road. We do have a lot of feelings down in there, especially where they actually found all the bodies at. You can go up middle of the night, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and you can actually feel trying to push you back in the truck seat, like you can't hardly breathe, like you got their hands on your chest and stuff like that. And after you get through that one little spot right there, you're fine. After you go past what we call Peggy's house, it's all fine. You don't have that feeling like that. They are waiting on it. Are you going to go back to John Martin's? Oh yeah, we probably will go back. I'm taking this weekend off, coming up weekend, but the following week, I think on Wednesday, we might be going back there. I'm not sure yet. It's going on what Joseph and my dad now has plans. Hey, bud.
I can't hear you, man. Hold on.
Yeah. I don't know how to get in touch with them over there on. All I know, I sent my cousin the link, and I don't know how to get in touch with them or anything. So I don't know. I don't have a foggiest idea how to get in touch with anybody. See, I sent my cousin the link. I sent two of them. Hey guys, can someone send me the link? Let's see here. Link through Messenger to their page. Hey, love, send it to me. I am part of the. Okay. Or watching you. Send it to me. I am part of the. Okay, I don't know. Let me see if I can do this here. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to get it over our tour. Let me accept it. There. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. I sent her the link. I sent you a friend. Okay. Yeah, I just hadn't done that one. Part of the Coven requested link. I already sent you the link now, just now. Okay, y'all, tonight might be saved. I do have some friends that wants to. Hey there, buddy.
What's up?
Nothing much. I finally got in touch with them just now, so
Oh, that's good.
yeah. It took me a while, but I got it figured out.
Sounds like a lot of my shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to sneak away for a quick minute, so.
Oh yeah, that's fine, buddy. They should be coming up here in a little bit anyway.
All right, cool.
I just sent her that one a link, so we can chat.
Hey, I can hear you now. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on, but I couldn't hear shit. Huh? I couldn't hear anything. Huh? I saw your list moving. Yeah. You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth.
Hey, I got them popped up now, so I'll bring y'all back in a little bit, okay?
All right. So you can bring Raven. You can bring Raven back. I gotta get back to work.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Just yell at me. I'll be in the audience.
Okay. See y'all.
See you guys. Bye.
Hey!
Hey.
How you doing, honey?
Hey!
Did I get it?
Oh yeah.
Overlook the hair.
You're
Girl,
good.
out to you. Y'all
We
bring
had some
2 more.
technical difficulties.
That's okay. Rhonda and Pat are also coming too. Can we fit all those? Oh, we good.
Yeah, we got Pat.
Yep.
Heck yeah, look at that.
We got one more. Let's squeeze a Rhonda in here.
Yep.
I'm telling you, I went to his live. It was like,
Yeah.
There we go.
okay.
I appreciate y'all coming on. I'm sorry I had the mess up on my end over here. It took me a while to get it figured out.
That's okay, honey.
So, and they're going to be probably asking y'all a lot of questions from the chat here. So,
Oh, feel free.
that's from a Facebook user.
Dang, shoot. I just paid a whole bunch of money for this ring light, you know. I feel like it puts a beauty file in there.
I'm in the finest car I could find in the parking lot to do a live.
I mean, probably hers, yeah.
Hey, my friend. Yeah, so we just want y'all tell us about yourselves and how y'all got started in what y'all do and stuff.
Head out, Misty.
I think we should have let Rhonda. I'm gonna let you go first, honey. I'm gonna pass.
All right, Pat passed it back to Misty. Misty passed it to me. Should I give it to Ash?
Oh my God, I've been waiting for this moment. Let me tell you. Okay,
Her day has come.
Oh Lord.
Ashley, speak.
No, I can't. It's like I gotta take this moment in. Anyway, all got together. Actually, as you know, me and Misty Connor is biological sisters, and we always kind of longed for this like sisterhood. We always knew that there was people out there that was magical, just like us, even though we were resistant of it. We were out in the paranormal field, and
It's not
that area as well.
what am I watching?
And he actually got us all together to do readings together. And that's when we met Rhonda. And then our paths separated and we all got back together. And in the meantime, we all built our gifts and things like that.
So where y'all from?
I'm from Glade Spring, Virginia.
I'm from North Carolina, Boone area.
Yes, I'm close from there.
And Shasta, you might want to close your mic, honey. We're picking up all that extraneous noise.
Should be a little better now. I just had to move rooms.
There you go.
So, you got any? Well, she don't mute herself. You have anything, Shasta, you want to ask them?
Oh no, I was waiting for them to keep on going on how they got into what they was doing. I'm just listening. I'm learning.
Well, honestly, Shasta, and we've got cops up there. What's your first name? I'm sorry.
Jonathan.
Jonathan
Yeah.
Shasta. Actually, we got into this because we were born into it. We're all descendants of Appalachian granny women, and we have been on a particular path all of our lives, and it culminated with the four of us getting together. I will never forget the first time I saw Ashley and Misty, and I looked at them, and they had the power of Dionysus, who is the god of revelry and happiness and joy. And then when I met Rhonda, she is like Artemis, and she's strong, and she's they call her the huntress. So to be able to find these women and to surround myself with their energy after all of these years, it's a beautiful feeling, and I'm just very proud to be associated with all three of them.
So, what kind of projects y'all have going on right now?
We got a big one, and I'm going to let the girls tell you about it. But it's a really big one, and we hope that a lot of you all will be able to join us. Girls. Ashley.
Misty, you can go ahead and take this one.
Well, what we have coming up right now, it's already been done. That's why we're all kind of like just waiting. It's like cooking a good recipe. You know what I'm saying? This new gentleman came along, actually through the way of Rhonda. Rhonda, this one gentleman, and he said, "Let me talk to you for a little bit, Rhonda. Get your opinion on something." I said, "I'll do you better," because this gentleman wanted to do a documentary with us. He's sisters, and you can meet them, talk to them, stuff. Next thing we know, it's a documentary that's done. So that comes out October 21st. I hope I'm saying that right, ladies. In the Bristol Legacy Theater. And we don't know where it's going to go after that. They're still negotiating a lot of guys and what they're doing. They are more in the know of all that. We just show up and show people a little magic in their lives. So that's what we're really, really preparing for. Plus, we try to do a month of the Nickersons need, which is that Rhonda, a beautiful bed and breakfast. And if y'all have never been down there, you're missing out. Rhonda, do you do ghost hunts still there?
We do. We have SRS Paranormal, which is part of a paranormal team I'm with. Also, we do ghost hunts there a couple times a year. But then we also have private investigations. People want to investigate. We do privates. So, yeah. We usually do a haunted house, but we've decided not to do that. Like Misty said, it's being converted into a bed and breakfast, a haunted B&B. So we're excited about that.
And we just published our first book, The Spells and Stories of the Sisterhood of Magic and Wonders. And you can find this little gem on just about any online bookstore, from Amazon to Barnes & Noble. And we do have, I believe, is it 20 in the back of our favorite spells? And each one of these spells has been performed successfully by a member or members of the sisterhood. It also answers one of the most common questions we get is about our background, and so it answers that. And each of these stories, is told in the authentic voice of the storyteller, which is each one of us.
So, how old was y'all when y'all finally figured out that y'all had the gifts that y'all got?
Well, I was really young. I was 3 or 4 when I had my first encounter with mirror scrying by accident. I didn't realize what it was until later in life, but I was probably 15 or 16 when I started investigating, why these things were happening, because I would see things and hear things and just know things and didn't understand exactly what was going on. So I took a little digging and research because I come from a very religious family, which I think we all did. Very religious background, so it was kind of scary because it was unfamiliar territory. But my whole family actually has some type of gift like that. So we would tell, I grew up hearing ghost stories and these encounters, but it was kind of different for me. It was more. It was just it happened more, and it was just different things. Like I would see full body apparitions, and nobody else saw that. They would hear noises and stuff, but then I realized when I was about 19 that I could actually, that's when I started trying to communicate with the other side and realized that that's what was going on and that I had that gift. And it kind of lay dormant, I did it, and when I got pregnant when I was in my early 20s, it kind of lay dormant until my kids got older. Met Pat, and a resurgence of that came flooding back. I put it on and off throughout the years for family members and stuff, but just since I met Pat, about 7-8 years ago, started doing it for the public.
I think really Rhonda's story is a lot of our own. I mean, each one of us have had, things that have happened to us from the time we were small children. My first memory of connecting with a non-corporeal entity was my mother's soul. She was an astral projector, as am I. And I think I was like Rhonda. I was about 4 years old when I had that experience of watching her soul come back into the room. It was like she was sleeping and drifting and settle back into her body. So that was my first time connecting with a incorporate soul.
Me and Misty actually have a different background in that. We actually just thought that everybody had these gifts, and we come from a small farm way off in Salem. Whatever, one of the first ones on that. They didn't even have street lights or street lines. But our family lived there on a farm, and we never knew we had gifts. We just thought that we liked the occult secretly because we didn't want to be in trouble with the Lord or anything like that. But it was kind of things that we were excited about. Like Misty got a tarot card deck, and I stole it from her. She threw it in the trash, and then I stole it out of the trash. So we always did that, and we would investigate the paranormal because we still were what we considered the safe side then. It's got to the point to where we couldn't deny it. Once we kind of got the blindfold of this is wrong off, we realized that it was, that something not everybody does do. Misty, how was your, journey in this?
Mine was a little, I hope y'all don't, it's raining. So I muted myself so I didn't want to take over like y'all just hearing the rain. But mine actually grew up Southern Baptist, but I grew up Pentecostal, and that in itself was kind of scary if you find yourself on the outside of that. I believe that any kind of faith and religion is beautiful because it gets you closer to whatever God you have. But that was not. It was a path that was different for me. So I did throw away my tarot card. Sorry if y'all see my.
I was about to say she is so pro witchy. She just brings animals with her to the show. She's like, what? Be one with nature, like swarm.
But seriously, Reiki. Okay, so Rhonda's our Reiki master, right? And she's taught all of us, and we're Reiki masters. And she says, there's gonna be animals. And when she said that shit, I didn't really believe it. But she
just believe it right here on this.
Oh my god. Anyway, so it's your life comes full circle. The first room I ever saw an apparition, because actually, we grew up on this little farm. Well, I mean, it is the farm fairy tale. Oh my lord, I'm so
sorry. That's like Reiki training, man. That's
like we had the full farm, and our other grandparents lived less than half a mile, and our parents were together, since they were like 13. So, and you gotta remember, they're like older now. I mean, they've been married for like 40. That's the kind of upbringing. We just thought these things were normal. And we literally, I used to play in a graveyard, like on our property. I forget to tell people this. We have a graveyard. We have like the oldest graveyard on the road. And it's right there. When I was a kid, I used to ride those gravestones like they were horses. I thought, that was not morbid to me. But I guess you're like, get your kid off the gravestone. But I remember seeing a full apparition in my grandma's bedroom. I couldn't get rid of it. You know how a kid will pull their covers over their head, and then when I pulled it back, that some bitch was still there. And then I pulled it back over my head, and I did that forever.
She was probably telling you to get. Oh,
it was probably.
She was probably telling you to get off her damn tombstone. Right, you.
So as soon as done, I crossed the hallway, and I was like, "Grandma, I seen a ghost," and that was the first time she said, "Wait long enough. There's going to be an explanation." So every time there was something like that happened, I would be like, "Keep on pulling them covers. Eventually, it's not going to be there, and then you'll just find your explanation." And guess what? We found a lot of on there. So it led to go, but it was normal. Seriously, not a lot of this. So if they had any, so we like, y'all are different. You're witches. We're like, no, we aren't. We're not. Yeah. So yeah.
You're chopping up. I was trying to show you that. Like it's breaking out. That's why we're like, hold on. Yeah. But one thing is, me and Misty had a grandmother that had Alzheimer's. So we had to learn through that way of this person was incapable of talking. So we had to learn a different way to communicate. And I think that was something that really framed me and Misty, got her riding those gravestones.
Do y'all do like a TV show or anything?
Are you looking for them?
Yeah, I had somebody ask me earlier when I was at work, and I was trying to promote this show for tonight, and somebody asked me, said, "Well, do they have a TV show or anything?" I said, "I have no clue. I ain't never talked to any of y'all, so I don't know if y'all had anything."
No, but they should. They should have a weekly show.
Let's put that out there in the atmosphere, Shasta. We appreciate you.
Yes, I would watch it.
So, do y'all have a like? How can people find y'all on Facebook and YouTube or whatever? What kind of platforms do y'all have?
Well, Facebook, we're the Sisterhood of Magic with a K, Magic and Wonders with an S. And girls, what are the rest of them? The rest of our social media.
You can find us on Instagram. We are that's what of course on the web.
Missy's chopping up because this is what she got to do. We don't get a lot of good service where we're at, so we have to drive out to get internet. I told you we are in the backwoods of everything. Instagram, you can find us on TikTok. We only do TikToks when we're all together. And then you have this nice promotion that Pat does right here in the book. I can't read that small, but we also do Instagram and things like that. And you know what? Just a pigeon or something, and someone like, I don't know, summon for it. We're like, listen, I want attractive ladies that do witchcraft. And then we just pop in like the boogeyman, you know.
And just to let people know, since I do have it up, if you want to see our website, it's sisterhoodofmagicwithak.com. Facebook, The Sisterhood of Magic and Wonders. TikTok, The Sisterhood of Magic with a K. We're on YouTube, The Sisterhood of Magic and Wonders. And we're on Instagram. So I think we got it covered. And also...
Oh, go ahead. I was going to say, we can make sure we put all the links out there, too.
All right.
We'll put the links out there and make sure everybody gets the links.
And he had asked what we were doing. We've got so many projects coming up, and one of them that we just completed, all of the sisterhood was in an oracle card set that we pulled together, and also some really special people. This is Shasta and her beautiful daughter Bella, and it is the Fairy World Oracle deck. And then this is one of Bella, which I just thought she really personifies confidence so well.
Which she tells everybody about that deck, by the way.
Oh, she's a sweetie.
Awesome. Raymond. Rhonda, what is the place that you own, and how can they get in touch with that?
It's the Nickerson City House in Road Spring, Virginia. And we have a Facebook page. That's the best way to get us, is just to send us a message on Facebook through Messenger to the Nickerson Sneed House. Like I said before, we do ghost hunts, publics. We rent the house out for private investigations, 3 times, maybe 4 times a year. The Tennessee Wraith Chasers do events there through the ghost hunt weekends. So if you want to see them, you can either find our page and look for it. We'll put it up, or go to Ghost Hunt Weekends. They'll put it up. Gosh, I don't know. We do all of our events up there. We have seances, we do the magic classes, the psychic days. So if you want to see us all together in one spot, that's the one place that we're always all together.
And of course, you can also come into the Legacy Theater in Bristol in 1021. So I would suggest going online and buying your tickets now, because no telling what would happen between now and then. So that is another way for you to see us. It's not technically TV, but I'll settle for that right now.
It's the first step.
It's a big step.
Then tell them about like the thing that you guys do, which I find it fascinating, and I'm going to get to one of these days. I'm trying to book everybody. But tell them about your Victorian seance, which I think is like the coolest thing. I don't think anybody else I've ever heard of doing something like that. But what goes into a Victorian seance? Because I bet a lot of our viewers have never even heard of that. Plus, you would think, it's a seance. No, there's a lot more that goes into a Victorian seance than just you sit down around a table. So what all do you ladies do that goes into a Victorian seance?
Rhonda, do you want to start, or you want me to?
I'll start, and then you can take it away, because I know all the good stuff. But so I really resonate with the 1920s. So obviously that is something that is really close to me, the Victorian era. So, and the Edwardian era. But the Victorian seance was something that they did, during the early 1900s. And it's the dimly lit room, really dark room, actually. Candlelight. We hold hands or touch pinkies, or and then we channel. We actually channel people from the other side. Whoever wants to come through, we ask people if they want to try to contact a loved one to bring something that belonged to them. It's easier to connect that way, and so it's really unique. It's really special. Pat, what are you going to add to that?
Well, there are love stories in history that are memorable, and one of them was Victoria and Albert. And when Albert died, Queen Victoria wore black for the rest of her life, and death became very du rigueur, as they call it, which is it was the order of the day. And so death was so common that if you lived in the Liverpool region of England, that your life expectancy was 15 years old because of all the death around you. If you had 10 children, you could expect 6 of them to die. And so that skewed the age. Also, the rich would get out of town during the summer months because it was death. I mean, people would pitch their feces out some windows. They didn't have good plumbing, so death was all around them. And then, of course, we had war, and we had all of these things that came together. And of course, medication was not what it is today. So death was everywhere, and the Victorians wanted to know more about those who had crossed over because they lost so many people. And so they would gather in parlors around Europe and in the United States, and they would come together and they would have a medium who would sit. And it was the medium, unlike today's mediumship, where often you'll include the entire table and their impressions. There was one medium, and as Rhonda said, and Rhonda's a strong channeler too, you let the spirit sit in your body. Your soul melds with their soul. And so you tell their story through their words, through their mannerisms. And that's one thing we always tell people to look for, is for the, not just what we say, but for the mannerisms. Did they have a tick? Maybe before they died of esophageal cancer, and they might do this a lot. So watch for us to do something like that. So it's this physical, it was very much a physical type of mediumship, as well as a spiritual type of mediumship. So, I know Rhonda's like me. She's fascinated with that era. And there was some great mediums that came out of that era. So, and there was also Houdini around, the 1930s, who went on a rampage because he hated all mediums. And what had happened is that he had asked for some information, and someone did not deliver that the way that he wanted it delivered by his mother. And so he said that she would have never answered in English. It would have been Austrian, or not Austrian, but I forget. I apologize. But anyway, so he went on a tangent, and that's where he got so famous, trying to go and just wreck the reputations of as many mediums, whether good or bad, as possible. So
I would like to add something else there. The Victorian era, they would actually have picnics in the graveyards and celebrate birthdays or have Sunday picnics with their deceased family members. Also, Mary Todd Lincoln held seances in the White House to try to contact her dead child.
You can't go there. No.
Dead. Mm-hmm.
So it was back in those days, I guess it wasn't as frowned upon to spend time, I guess, for some people to spend time with the dead as it would be now.
No, it was they were very close to death at that time. And they prepared their bodies, the loved ones' bodies, they prepared them. They kept them in the house for the wake. They kept them in the house for the funeral. They stayed with them. They did death watch vigils with them while they were dying. It wasn't like today when you just put them in hospice, or you put them in a hospital and they die. The next time you see them alive and you, oh, they died, and then the next time you see them, it wasn't like that. You were with them. Right. The process of death, cleaning the body, preparing the body, the wake, the funeral, everything around their loved one. They were very close to death, and they weren't. Today, I think people fear it, or they're so far removed that I don't know. It's just not the same as it was then, and I think it's really sad.
We are so terrified of death that in hospitals today, they will actually close the door on someone who has passed, and they will take that body out when the least amount of people can view the body, or they'll get the body into a service elevator so that people don't have to see it. Also, morgues. If you walk past a room and it's marked holding, that may be a morgue. Because they don't want to put morgue on it, or because people have such an aversion to the reality of death. Memento Mori was very popular, wasn't it, Rhonda, during that time? Remember death, because death is coming. And there was just a familiarity. And as Rhonda said, because of that, there was no fear, or there was at least an acceptance that death is a reality. And that's something that we want to forget in our modern society, because we want to pretend like we can always stay 14. I mean, seriously, that is the beauty criteria now as a 14-year-old girl with absolutely no flaws. Unfortunately, time marches on.
So where do y'all like to perform these ritual stuff that y'all do? Like, do y'all like just do like in cemeteries or people or in each y'all's houses or somewhere?
We usually do the seances at the Nickerson Sneed House, but if we have events that, a seance is what they want, we will hold these at some of the events we do.
I will tell you that because we do have such a sensitive relationship with the other side, that we are very respectful of graveyards. Graveyards are often where some spirit ancestors decide to connect with in order to stay. But less than people would realize. People want to go to the other side. Most people realize that they don't want to hang around a graveyard. But there have been some pretty spectacular observations and also auditory evidence that has been captured at graveyards. So it's not everyone.
Yeah.
Me and Misty, actually, we live beside a graveyard, so we don't really pay it any mind that our chickens hang out on the tombstones. Also, we do a lot of our stuff. We have a farm, like I said. On that farm, it is what we call the Shell Hill. And this farm was there before my grandfather was there and raised all his children. So on this farm, I'm talking about, it was a 2-story farmhouse. It was scarier than shit. And if it was still standing, I'd probably be a millionaire selling it out to people looking at it haunted. But lightning struck it and it actually burned down. But on that farm, we had a barn. We have part of a barn now. Barn, different outhouses, because it was during the time of they used to do trails and things like that in the woods. So like I said, we were one of the few houses on the street. So all this time of farming and things like that, they always buried these animals on this large shell hill, what we call the Shell Hill. So we actually have a mound of pretty much our farm animals' graveyard that we actually do ours, but it's not necessarily a graveyard, but that's where we actually do, and it's in the woods away from everybody else, and that is where me and Misty normally go to for anything. But as a casual witch, you normally want or do as a spell, then you normally do it in your own home, because eventually through witchcraft, in the beginning, learning those basics of what you need and all these different herbs and things like that, you get to the point where you know your own sacred space within your home. So you don't have to go make of going off to somewhere, but the importance of that location actually, you take it more seriously.
So you got anything else, Shasta?
Well, speaking of what Misty just said or Ashley just said on foraging and gathering and things on your own land and farming, what am I supposed to do with Bella now that she's decided that she wants to forage and find these things? This is something new for me.
Well,
and y'all all know her, so I don't know where this is coming from. So this is a new phase for me of hers. So now she's decided to start foraging for things, things that she can eat, things that will help do medicine. And I don't know where any of this is coming from. So I don't know where she's picked this up at.
It is big rise right now to do that type of thing. And foraging to some people is kind of frightening, because you're like, oh God, there are so much things. But it's not just herbs. I actually take things from vacations, or when I go on dates, I'll steal a rock off the ground. And that right there has so much importance, because that's a memory you have with it. Your energy is left on that rock, and it's a constant memory for you. So that is a different way of collecting things. foraging and things like that, a lot of people, there is a big push of the herbalist type witches right now and the cottage type ones that they like, they're loving mushrooms and things like that. That is very much in the culture right now. So that's a really big push in that. And that's awesome that she's getting into that, because that's a survivalist type mode, and she's trying to go back to the primal times of being connected to the herbs and things like that. So it's a really beautiful thing.
She's always had an issue with stones, with rocks. She met with Amy Allen one time, and Amy Allen told me that, you know, the stone thing was like a protection for her. Like, she would pick through 10,000 stones until she found a tiny pebble, and that was like what she needed to feel comfortable in herself, or, you know, for her protection. So that was, I'm kind of okay with that. But it's like different phases with her of things that I still don't understand. So I'm just kind of learning as we go. But this new one with wanting to find plants and different things that she can find out there, she surprises me every day with some of the things that she does. And I'm still just trying to play catch up.
Well, you know, make sure, I mean, she'll need guidance. So make sure you get some really good herbal books. Understand that there are what we call great pretenders out there. And one of them in our region is hemlock. Hemlock looks quite a bit like Queen Anne's lace. So you don't want to make a tincture out of one and then find out it's hemlock, and you're repeating, who was it, Socrates that had to drink hemlock? It's a terrible poison. So just, you know, make sure that you learn alongside her and kind of guide her, because she'll need that. Yeah.
And going through the rock, things like that, it's because she is trying to match her vibrations with the rock that she feels perfect to her, you know. And that is like just taking the of, if you take the mysticism out of it, of holy crap, she's going through and picking this rock out, it's making her very appreciative to the small around her, instead of going out and be like, you know what, I want this expensive car, I want my hair done, I want my nails done, I want this nice phone and things like that. She's really excited to go out there and forage for plants and a rock and things like that. And that's really a beautiful thing that you should be proud of. But just being wary of the ones that are poisonous. Like, I stood corrected. My whole family for years and years always thought this one was actually poison oak, and I would stay away from this plant because, you know, like, we didn't have a herbalism book and be like, hey, watch out for this. It was just word of mouth on my farm. So come to find out, it was a May apple, and I was wondering why I always got poison oak, because I was running from the wrong damn plant. I was from the wrong, like, ivy.
Oh.
But when she collects things, us as witches, when we collect, when we take something, we always give something back. So it's very important that we reciprocate, you know, the gift. If we pick up a rock, we give something back, even if it's just a little bit of hair, you know, clipping from our hair, or, you know, we put something back.
And like one thing, you know, look at your background too, because mine is Celtic and Viking. And so Rhonda did this with her grandkids too. We have a fairy tree, and I have a little mushroom. It's a little glass mushroom, and we go down and we give cream to the fairies, right? To the fae, to the energy of the land, because these are elemental energies. And so there's all kinds of ways that you can honor what you take from the land that you're on.
Well, she's forever like outside doing something, for like replanting seeds or putting back stuff in trees. And some of the things that she does, I'm just like, I have no idea what you're doing, but okay, go right ahead. But Pat, you've met Bella. She's just beyond
lovely.
She's beyond anything I can understand. She's a different child by all means than most kids that I've seen at her age.
Mm-hmm.
So every day it's something different with her. She just, she loves to be outside. She does a lot of stuff outside. Now, don't get me wrong. She still loves to get those nails done, but she don't mind getting dirt underneath of them either.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll still get them painted pretty, and we'll still go dig in the dirt and get a rock.
Mhm.
So it's the best of both worlds, I guess. But that was just something I was going to say, ask for her, because I mean, she's constantly now wanting to go out and find stuff. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm okay, but we're going to have to go and look and see what we can find, because I don't know the difference between, I know what, dandelions are, but I don't know what half that other green stuff is. I know that
There's a
the
book.
goats eat it.
There's a book you should probably get. It's Scott Cunningham. It
Mhm.
is encyclopedia of, what is it, Pat? Herbs, or I think
I-
it's.
I think it's herbs and oils. It's something like that. Is that the one where it's got the combination of
The one I have is just the herbs. It's
the herbs?
encyclopedia of plants or herbs or something. But I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it's like
hundreds and hundreds of different, and it has sketches to go along with the description, and it
Mhm.
I'll
tells
have to get that.
magical properties. It tells medicinal properties.
Mhm.
You eat it,
And for safety, every state, if you go thrift books or Amazon.com, something like that, put in like for me, it's North Carolina herbs, all right, or Virginia herbs, whatever your state is, and a selection of books will come up. And choose one where they have photographs and then descriptions, because you want the metaphysical, and he does describe that. If it's the one I'm thinking of, I've got one where it's like oils and herbs that he did. It was kind of a split, but he did descriptions in this particular
Good.
book. But you can get books that have full photographs, full color photographs, which really helps in being able to identify them.
I love thrift books. I've been on there for years, and the awesome thing is, I'm actually the one that started on.
She was.
And after you order 5 books, then you will actually be able to get a book for $5 and under for free. So the things that I did is I ordered the herbs and flowers among the Appalachian Mountain, because we are Appalachian witches. So
Mhm.
every time I went out to nature to do grounding or anything like that, to know what I was looking at and to know those purposes. And then I would go through and research it back on the witches side of that. And I've bought things about how to do tinctures and herbology and things like that. The Idiot's Guide, because, I like to keep it simple, relatable. But I have like 3 different books that I go through and look at that. It's a little overwhelming. There's also they were trying to harvest different herbs in our region. So Misty actually turned me onto a PDF file. I'll have to get her to tell me what that is. And it tells you exactly how to dry the herbs, how to bring things out of the herbs, because in Pound, Virginia area, they would actually do ginsenging, and they would try to harvest different herbs, and they would go to this market and sell them. So Virginia, little did anybody know, they were trying to harvest these little things. There's a lot of knowledge out there that will give you the basic, like how to figure out what this is. And then I refer back and Google on the witch or anything like that, because some of these things are very foreign, and they bring, if you find one that's like ancient and probably made out of human skin book of herbology, then you have so many different ones that come in from Japan that they were trying to like kill this bug or do this and the other. They have so many like imports that you just kind of got to Google it and try to figure out which one it does and how it meets your needs magically.
Right. I've got a lot to learn.
We got a question here in the chat. It wants to know, can you give a quick remote reading, see what his path he needs to take, please?
I'm off the clock and I get paid for these things now.
Really, it takes a lot of energy, and you have to be prepared to do it. So it's really hard just to do it on the fly.
But I will tell you the one thing I picked up on, because Rhonda's right, but the one thing I picked up on, you mentioned the path, and it's like you've been heading in one direction, but now you're thinking of veering off. And the really interesting thing is it would surprise some of the people around you, but I think that where you're headed is going to surprise even you.
I think it's harder when you have everybody's energy all together and you're all trying to talk, and we're trying to talk like as a collective about different things that you're doing. You can't really settle your mind enough to focus on trying to read one person when you've got everybody's energy trying to mingle together. We're all trying to talk about what's going on, and couldn't imagine trying to get you guys given a reading and then all that pressure, you know what I'm saying? Not being able to focus on what's going on to read somebody and do an accurate reading when we're all throwing questions at you and you're trying to think about, oh, she just asked me about a weed I can eat. And they're talking about something else over here. So
I think too, it's personalities. You know, like Rhonda and Ashley, they really think out their readings. They do. They take a breath, and because an introvert goes inside, right? And an extrovert, which is Misty and I are, we get our energy by going out immediately. So when somebody asks to read for me, I just immediately go out. Where they are taking their energy inside. Does that make sense, girls? Like you're kind of, I'm reaching out immediately, and you all are really like testing the waters, I don't know. There just seems to be a different kind of flow. It's just as powerful, but it's different because of the way we approach it through our different personalities.
So with that, I think that's what makes you guys, as long as I've known y'all, that's what makes you guys work so well together, is the fact that all of you are so different, but the group flows so well together. I don't think in all of the years that I could have been doing this and meeting people that whatever higher power up, God could have put me in a better group of friends, stuck me into a mix, and introduced me to better people than the four of you ladies bumping into you, some literally bumping into you, because I think Misty about bowled me over at an event, stomped a toe, about knocked me out on the floor, and then whirled around, well, honey, what the hell you doing over there? Because you about knocked me over here. Bless her heart. And then from then on, it was like I've known her my whole life. And it's been that way since each one of you have been that kind of person to me. And to see where each one of you have gone and to watch what you guys do and to watch things go from where they were to books to the movie and all of that. And then working with my daughter, things have just, it's a wonderful journey. You know, and for people that are sitting on the outside, I wanted them to get to see a little bit of what you guys are like all together on the inside and see how you guys work together and the things that you do. And I just wish that they could see more of what you do.
That is so sweet, Shasta, and thank you for saying that. It was always a great time around you, and we love you dearly. Misty, and that's like my life partner, and I couldn't have chose a better person to live this life out with. And I know each lifetime we always find each other, and I think we were men in another lifetime because we were very boisterous. I love it. And also the great thing about this group is whatever flavor that people look for, we have that in one of us. And there is always somebody that's going to walk up and be like, oh, I'm drawn to this one and I'm drawn to that one, because we are so many different walks of life, but that we all unite and that we all just want to make a difference in the world, help those in need, do reading. And it's, oh Lord, sure. God, I got scared. I thought it said I was talking. It said Ian Elvis, and I thought it said Ashley Connor. You see that? Oh God. it's just a beautiful ride and things like that. In our book, you can also read how we all got together and how that happened. And as you know, we always had Rhonda. People don't know, but she's always a fun time behind the scenes, you know, because she not that type of time, not that. But Rhonda is right there with Misty, and that's the secret part of her, is that she doesn't let people know that because she is very professional and upfront. So each one of us are able to have a good time and have fun, and then also get the professional side of things and know when to get serious. So that's all I gotta say about that, guys.
Well, I think people are put in your path for a purpose, and so we all connected at a time that I know that I needed them, because I was starting to get back into reading heavily, and I was practicing witchcraft more, and then they're just kind of landed in my lap. And I know, Shasta, that you have come into our lives for a reason. People connect for a reason, and they're put in each other's lives for a reason at the right time.
Yeah, I completely believe that. I don't think anything is ever an accident at all. I used to think things just happen because they happen, but not anymore. Too many strange things have happened, and everything, there's a reason behind everything. And I've also learned that I don't always have to know why. I don't get to know why for everything. I shouldn't even ask that question. I should just write it out and see where it goes, because the why is not always important.
Right. It's just the experiences, and I just go with the flow. Whatever happens, happens.
Exactly.
Spoken like a true Sagittarius.
You know what, though? I'm not a Sagittarius.
No, her.
Rhonda is. I was like,
and they do. I mean, I watch Rhonda sometime, and she's just like, she is like butter. She is like water over jagged rocks. You never know those rocks were there, right? And I'm a Scorpio, and oh my God, I lost part of my hearing. And you would have thought I had just been marched out and was going to be shot. I felt it was sad. It was sad. I came up with this big email. Oh, poor me. And then when I reread it, it was embarrassing because Scorpios don't really show their emotions much, right? I'm like, oh my gosh. But anyway, I love these women. We've got she meaning Ashley. I love it. She said, yes, I go and pick up rocks. No, I have been with Ashley when we've been in haunted locations, and she'll come out of the attic and say, look at this little dissected bat. Ooh, and its little wings, you know. And I mean, she's got the bones. I mean, she's really a root worker. She and her sister are natural root workers, and there's power in that. That is a very old type of Appalachian magic, and they have it. Yeah. And Rhonda has her own magic. She's like me. I think mine, I know, is a little more eccentric. It's kind of, I'm an energy witch, which means I work with a lot of energy. I love stones. I love herbs, but primarily energy. Rhonda, what would you say your focus is?
I'm more earthy, I think, because and my husband started picking up feathers for me and seashells. Here's something for you I think you would like. Oh, I love it. Forget about the diamonds. Give me a seashell. You know, give me a rock. I'm more earthy. I'm like, Ashley will collect the bones and the animals, and I can't do that. But I'm more like the pebbles but Ashley does the rocks and the dirt too. We went to Salem several years ago and got dirt, twigs, and bricks. I don't know how we came out with it. We didn't buy souvenirs. We came back with part of Salem.
So bad. I stole a brick. I mean, I didn't. But you know.
But we did. I pick up a little piece if it's a rock or a little bag of dirt from everywhere. I think everywhere that's significant to me, and it's labeled. So, and I know Ashley and I guess Misty, but I know Ashley does too, because y'all brought dirt back from New Orleans last time, and so it's just that something I don't know. It feels like it needs to be a part of me, and I need to keep it. It serves. I know it'll serve a purpose in the future. It may already be serving a purpose, and I just don't know.
We're going to take a little quick break right quick. I'm going to play the P3 video.
Hello,
so I can
Rick.
get some drinks and stuff, and then we'll come back and ask a few more questions if y'all don't mind.
To this crew, yeah, we like to keep it positive, you know how we do. Big up to this crew. From day one till it's done, do or die, me and you. Big up to this crew, yeah, we like to keep it positive, you know how we do. Big up to this crew. Got props non-stop and mad love for you.
Rising up like the moon, elevating the mood, uplifting attitudes, cause that's what we choose to do. And I don't know about you, but there's enough negativity going around with plenty room to improve. Yeah, sometimes we collide with stress and negativity. We always let it slide.
It's an elevated vibe, so fly. We touch the sky every time we ride. Big up to this crew. Yeah, we like to keep it positive, you know how we do. Big up to this crew. From day one till it's done, do or die, me and you. Big up to this crew. Yeah, we like to keep it positive, you know how we do. Big up to this crew. Got props non-stop and mad love for you.
Now roll back time, tell me what you find. You're gonna see the same sucker MCs on the sidelines. In the fourth quarter when it's do or die time, that's when this crew is inclined to go prime time. From day one straight till it's done, but you all know full well that we only just begun.
Yeah.
We stick together, one for all for one. When it gets heavy, no, we don't cut and run. Crazy thinking about the places that we've been. Now I could tell you stories that'll make your head spin. But like I said, straight, thick or thin, there's so many memories giving me silly grins. So please allow me to introduce to you my one and only homies, yo, I love this crew. So please allow me to introduce to you my one and only homies, yo, I love this crew.
Big up to this crew. Yeah, we like to keep it positive, you know how we do. Big up to this crew. From day one till it's
Okay, we're back. If y'all want to type in COPS in the chat, Nightbot will put your link out there for you.
Well, we've lost somebody. Who did we lose? Rhonda?
No, we lost Ash. Well, Rhonda too, but Rhonda will be right back.
I had to run and get a soda.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how sleepy, and I'm a mess. So why didn't y'all tell me I'm a mess?
Oh, you're always beautiful.
Thanks to your nice working of the camera, yes.
And then
Which-
there's two, Pat.
We still got to work out some scheduling, so I'll get with you when Bella's not testing.
Yes.
Because she's like, I still got to go to Pat's. And I'm sorry if she keeps sending you sticker emojis.
No,
my
she's
God.
sweet. I adore her. And yeah, we do need to get that. I've still got the background. We're going to do a photo shoot of her as an Incan princess, and Ashley Armayan. Anyway, I've got a beautiful background for this.
Well, she has this gigantic headpiece, which I'm all finished with. We're talking full on like your pheasant feathers, ostrich feathers. I mean, it's probably about 2 foot high. Of course, now I might as well turn it into something that can be like waterproof, because every day, I don't know about where you guys are, but every day here it rains. I swear it needs to be like duck feathers so the water could just drizzle off, because it's rained every day here except for 2 a week for the last month and a half. I have goats like Ashley, and my poor little goats are so tired of the rain. They just stand outside in the yard and they're like, I don't know, they just give me this look, and then one has such an attitude. I'm like, man, stop hollering at me. What do you want me to do? I can't fix it for you, man. Just eat your grass, get under the shade tree, and be quiet. Leave me alone. I can't stop the rain. Then he'll eat a French fry paper and he's happy again. They really do eat anything.
They do. My daughter had goats. I actually have one of her wedding photographs. She got married on her farm, and she has Luna next to her, her goat, her pet goat. So yes.
This one, when we first got them, they were teeny tiny. I want to say, well, they're not very big now. I mean, they're the Nigerian dwarf goats. So they're not very big. And I kept telling them, I said, if you do not move the lawnmower, you're not going to have a seat on the mower, because the female didn't want to eat grass. She would jump up on the seat and actually eat the styrofoam out of the seat. So for 3 or 4 days, nobody would listen to me until she had chewed off half the back of the lawnmower seat. And I said, you're going to have to stand up and mow the grass, what they don't eat, if you don't move the lawnmower. Because she had just torn the whole back of the lawnmower seat off and just chewed it up. And I'm thinking, doesn't that hurt your stomach? Obviously, nothing hurts their stomach, because she ate through half the lawnmower seat. Now, guess what? The lawnmower is nowhere near the goats anymore.
Yeah, they will. They'll eat anything.
Oh, yeah. Your clothes, if you stand still, they'll chew the clothes right off of you. I'm thinking, listen, I need to wear this. You don't need that. They'll do anything for an animal cracker.
Well, Rhonda is our resident vegan. She's very close to animal energy. I mean, too close to be able to consume flesh. Yeah.
Well, that would, you know what? I don't know if y'all saw when I was sitting here a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
My cat was just driving. I had 2 cats, actually. They were driving me nuts to get to the telephone. 2 of them. And they never want to sit on me at all. The female came. I have 2 females, and both the females wanted to be up in my face and be on the phone. The older female, and she was like trying to get to the phone, and I'm like, what are you doing? You never want to get near the phone. And then I have a younger female that we just got. She's only maybe 2 months, 3 months old. And she got way up in here. I'm surprised y'all probably saw her. She's as black as night. And she's so funny. Her name's Elvira.
I love that.
And she is a trip. She thinks she runs the house until they knock her over and roll her a couple of times. But those 2 cats could not get enough of getting to the phone when y'all were talking. And I'm like, what are y'all even doing? Y'all usually are running and chasing each other. And the 2 of them wanted in the phone.
They're probably feeling Rhonda's call, the call of that I love all animals. Yes,
Are
great
you
and
like
small.
that too?
Have so many stray cats. It's just ridiculous.
I was little. I used to have 40 when I was growing up. I used to have 40 cats. They were not inside. They were all outside, but everybody knew they would dump them off. And when my grandpa used to take me to this place, and they used to try to give me a kitten every time I'd go. And when somebody would, like, my grandpa would say, no, she doesn't need any more. And they would occupy him talking, and the man would sneak me 2 in the window in the back of the station wagon.
Oh, my God.
And I would hide him in the back of the station wagon until we got home. Because if we got home, he wouldn't make me take them back. So while somebody had my grandpa busy, my pops, they would sneak me in a couple in the window in the back seat.
That's funny.
So I collected quite a few myself.
Yeah.
These are all strays. I don't know where the heck they come from. They just show up. So
Yeah. We have stray things too. It's called a big old bear. And you can have that one. We don't want that.
you keep it.
No, and he comes out in broad daylight, like 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Oh my
My
gosh.
husband, he was outside working and he came right on outside and he was like trying to get into the trash bin. About 150-pound black bear. I'm like, listen, we got to talk about your closeness. You move on.
Right now I have like 40 vultures in the yard.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, is there anything about them? Because we've got some, and they hang in one tree up the, like, maybe, I don't know, maybe about 100 feet from the house, and they just like hang in this one tree up there. And it's so weird because I'm not used to them being around. I don't know if it's because they're attracted to the trash trailer or if they're just, I've always thought of them as being very bad luck.
They're there to clean up spiritual messes. So
There's a purpose for them?
Yeah. There's always something, they're there to clean up some kind of mess in your life.
Well, I don't want y'all to think I'm this smart. I just looked it up on on the internet. And yeah, they possess the power of thunder and lightning. And it symbolizes wisdom, vision, spiritual enlightenment, and prophecy. So, that's a powerful totem animal, is the vulture. And when you think about it, if we didn't have them, there would be a lot more disease in the world. They're like the sharks. Sharks take care of what's in the ocean, and they take care of what's on land and exposed. So
they're protected birds. You can't, if you kill them, you're going to jail.
That's so weird. I mean, we don't bother them. We try to stay away from them, but it's weird. I've never been anywhere where they flocked and stayed like that. And I thought it was just because they like to tear out my garbage out of the garbage bags. But, I mean, there's just too many of them. I could see one or two doing that. But there's at least, on a good morning, about 25 or more. And they're just eerie. They're just that. I guess maybe that's because that's what we've always thought of them as being, like,
carrying birds.
Birds. They're there to like pick the death from things.
Well, that makes it better for Ashley Connor to be able to pick up those bones. So, Ashley, I'm talking about you.
Yeah, but they really are. I mean, they're just the strangest things. But there's about 25 or so in this tree every day, and I'm like, ugh, that's the strangest thing.
I like to watch them. They play. There's a bunch of juveniles, and they'll play.
Oh yeah.
They brought a ball in the yard. I don't know where they got it. A little rubber ball, and they play with it. They kick it around and push it with their feet. And it's really fascinating to watch them. I think they're beautiful. And when they fly off with wings, they make this. God.
I'm gonna have to pay more attention to them than just looking at them as what I look at them now.
Yeah, they're beautiful birds. I mean, I don't like the mess they make on my porches, but
yeah,
they're very beautiful birds.
Yeah, that's definitely. I'll have to look at them in a different light, because before I was just looking at them as
nuisances,
looking for something dead to be chewing on. Maybe I wasn't giving them enough credit.
Yeah, they clean up a physical mess. That's what they're for. And then spiritually, or if you've got something going on in your life, because I've had a lot going on the past couple of years, and I wasn't sure what they were cleaning up last summer, but I found out later in the year. And so they're here again, and there's a lot going on in my life right now. So I can see how they're trying to help me get through.
I do have a lot of really not so great stuff going on right now.
It might not just not great stuff or bad stuff. It may just be trying to help you get over or get through something.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I have some stuff that's just, it's not the way that it should be. It's not the way things should be working in my life. And I know it. And it kind of, what you're saying makes sense. I'm glad that you know what, this brings a whole new light. I'm glad our viewers, I can't see how many viewers we even have, because I can't see anything on this little bitty phone except for faces.
We got 10 on YouTube, 3 on Facebook.
Well,
I
does
don't know
anybody
I don't know how many is on Pair Post.
Yeah.
have any questions before we wrap up tonight? Any of your listeners?
We got one here says she has a raccoon and a possum, armadillos come into her back door every night to get fed.
Armadillos.
Yeah, she's from the South. I grew up in Southeast Texas. Honey, Vicki, are you from Southeast Texas over in Louisiana somewhere? Because armadillos are everywhere down there.
I've never seen a live one, though.
Yeah, they're kind of like the armored possums of the South.
I've seen them dead all along the highway, and I'm not trying to be funny, but I've never seen a live one. I've always seen, just like they say on TV, you see them dead everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen a live one.
All right, Vicki, I didn't realize they had them out in Missouri. But my old stomping grounds in Southeast Texas, we had possums, we had armadillos, and we had more snakes than you could shake a rattler at. So, oh yeah, a Texas rattlesnake is nothing to mess with. I mean, we had venomous snakes. It was like living in a little small part of Australia in Southeast Texas. And if you walk straight from where I live, straight across the big thicket, you'd come to the northern tip of New Orleans. That's how far south it is. Yeah. But anyway, we lived in a very old house. We were in the yard, and my daughter came out. Shasta knows about her. One crow appeared then too. That may be her totem animal. They're messengers of the gods. They may tend to have, at times, darker messages. In other words, she may be able to recognize when someone is sick. If this is her totem animal, she may have certain gifts. When she sleeps, she may be able to actually have dreams of those who have crossed over. My mother's totem animal was the crow. So anyway, that's interesting. Do you have any other questions? I'm sure Rhonda's our animal expert.
How about that?
I'm still trying to figure out who that is.
Patty Myers.
Oh. It's like I know him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Vicky said that.
Oh no, Vicky!
I went in the doggy door one time.
That would scare me to death. What do you do with that?
They smell, don't they, Vicky? Armadillos, they're kind of like a possum that's been out for a while. It's gotten wet. They smell.
I would be calling 911. Don't they carry like a lot of diseases and stuff though?
I mean, possums get a bad rap, don't they, Rhonda? But they don't really carry a lot of diseases.
They do. They get a bad rap. Well, I mean, even bats. Bats have rabies. No, they really don't. Bats don't have rabies like other animals.
No, bats are pretty. I like bats.
Yeah.
And I like possums too. I mean, it's really a funny little critter.
We have
if you think about it.
Too many possums.
I don't know if I'd like the armadillo hanging in my dog door.
Well, I don't see no more questions or anything. So, if y'all got anything y'all want to add to tell right quick?
It was a pleasure being on here. I can tell you we've got more projects, don't we, Rhonda, that's coming up early next year. I should tease them with a card, don't you think?
Yep. One card.
Okay, one card. Let me see. I think I've got my beautiful friend Rhonda up. I do. This is an oracle card deck that's going to be made available. It is called the Sisterhood of Magic and Wonders Oracle Cards, and this is going to be available after the first of the year. So we're just going to share one card. And this is Rhonda, and her card in this case is mystical. And of course, the card itself represents all that means. And I will tell you that as part of the deck, you'll be getting some instructions. And then also on each one of these is the definition and what each of the cards means, so that you can pick it up and start working with the cards very, very quickly. And we did the same thing for the Fairy World Oracle deck. And don't forget our book on all of the online sites, Spells and Stories of the Sisterhood of Magic and Wonders. And Rhonda, is there? Oh, and Rhonda, I'll let you finish with October 21st.
Okay, so Legacy Theaters in Bristol, Virginia. The Season of the Witch documentary, October 21. We'll be there at 7 p.m. for the debut of the documentary. So come out and see us.
And get your tickets now. I mean, I think we can only get, 250? And I know myself, we bought 20 tickets the other day. So, and my friends are buying them. I know yours are too. So, yeah.
We've bought 20 tickets. So there's 40 already gone.
There you go. And we haven't even started with Misty and Ashley. They know everybody.
Yeah. All right.
And I've got to get a couple of tickets myself and book a room, so we got to find a hotel close by. Because I know Bella is excited. She wants to come down.
Oh, we'd love to have her.
Yeah, she doesn't want to miss it for anything. She's made me promise.
Oh.
So we'll be there.
All right.
Now, how can we, if we wanted to purchase books, how can we do that and get them signed? How would one, if somebody wanted their book autographed, how would we do that?
Well, we are on the road constantly, and we will be in a town near you before you know it. And just bring your book. We're happy to sign it. We don't charge for that, at least not now, right, Rhonda? And so, bring your book, and we're happy to give you our signatures. And we look forward to having, anybody who's read the book or is interested in having the book signed, would love to meet you.
Sounds good. Do you have anything, John?
No, I sure don't. I'm about questioned out.
Well, and we actually, we went, an hour and 48 minutes. I'm sorry, I was a little late. I had some weird difficulties trying to even get into the little link. So I'm sorry I threw us behind about 30 minutes. I don't know what the heck was going on.
Vicky wants to
I
know if y'all
apologize for that.
Are we coming to Missouri? We don't have, Vicky, no, we don't have a set date to go to Missouri, but if you're interested in, we're going to be holding magic classes. Rhonda, that's in October. If you're interested in magic classes, they can get the date to you, but we're going to be doing that via Zoom, and there's 4 magic classes. It's half a day. And we're offering that for the price of $50, which is, you'll be actually live as we are teaching that day. And then we also have psychic days coming up at the Nickerson Sneed. But as far as going out to Missouri physically, no, not anytime soon that I know of in our schedule, but that could change at the drop of a hat. And also, Vicki, we do Zoom readings, all of us. Do Zoom readings, Facebook readings, and telephone readings. So if you would like a reading, get in touch with us through the Sisterhood of Magic and Wonders. Let us know who you'd like to read with, and we'll make that happen.
Sounds good.
And then if we want to book the Nickerson Sneed for an event, like for an overnight or something like that, and I know you've turned it into a bed and breakfast, how would we go about? We just contact you and...
Yeah, for now you'll contact me. It'll eventually be on Airbnb, and if you book it through me, it's easier. But when it goes to Airbnb, you'll have to book every room, so you'll have to make sure that there's a night that every room is available. But
Right.
there'll be a discounted rate for that if you do it that way. So that's down the line a little bit because we wanted to open mid-September, but that's just not going to happen. We've run into so many hiccups. So we're not even sure what the opening date for the B&B is. So for now, you just send me a personal message on Facebook to the Nickerson Sneed House and we'll get you booked.
And
Well, and I
just
do like the fact that, you know, if we rented the building out for the night and we could actually sleep there instead of having to go somewhere else and spend the night and then come back. So we could get a little bit of rest. Well, I don't know about sleeping. We would think about sleeping while we were there. The option's there.
I just
Because it
wanna
is pretty active. Who wants to sleep if you're going there to investigate, right?
Yeah. And I just want to mention, too, for people that aren't familiar with the Nickerson Sneed House like we are, this is an antebellum mansion. It's got an incredibly long history. When was it built, the first structure?
The interior, there's a log cabin inside, a 2-room log cabin that the rest of the house was built around. That log cabin was built in the mid-1700s. The rest of the house was built around it in around 1835. It saw the Revolutionary War. It was part of the fort. So it saw Revolutionary War, French and Indian War, and then it also saw the Civil War because it was a field hospital during the Civil War.
For people that have not been there, it is a magnificent place. I mean, you can step into it and you feel the house. I mean, you feel the history, you feel the story the house has to tell. I mean, the house is alive. It really has its own personality. It has its own story to tell you, and you feel that when you walk through the door. That's the only way, you know, and the one time that I was there with Bella and we had the shoot that day, you can feel you're not by yourself. You know, you're not alone there, and it doesn't feel bad. It's just got a whole history that it's waiting to share with you when you get in those doors. Yeah. And to me, that is something so unique. You don't feel that everywhere you go. Some places it may be 1 or 2 rooms, but that place, it's the whole house has a story to tell.
Yeah, it's definitely full of energy.
Yes.
Including ours.
But that just makes it more special, right?
Yeah.
All right. I really do appreciate y'all coming on. I'm sorry that we had a little mess up in the technology stuff here. But
we're not very tech savvy anyways.
But I do appreciate y'all coming in, and I thank y'all a lot for giving us the opportunity to learn a little bit more about y'all and y'all's sisterhood and stuff and everything. And I really appreciate that.
Thank you for having us.
I would like to have y'all back on again sometime when y'all have a free moment and everything.
Thank you.
You know me. I love y'all to death. We'll bring you back anytime you guys have time. Like I said, maybe we'll come down and book it, and you guys can come over and join us, and we can just do a live from there and see how things go. And we'll do a live show from Nickerson Sneed one night. That would be the ultimate dream for us when we get to actually travel and do lives.
Yeah.
Instead of talking from our bedroom and our living rooms.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and do our goodbye announcements, and I appreciate y'all and thank y'all a lot, and thank you too, Shasta, for introducing us to them and everything.
Well, thank you, and I'm sorry again I was late, everybody. Tell Misty and Ashley that I said goodbye when you see them. Mom sends her love to everybody. She would have typed it, but she said she's not very good at typing.
Yeah,
she don't want to mess anything up.
I seen her in the chat on Facebook a while ago.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
So y'all have a good night.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good one. Bye, Vicky. Let's see, waiting.
We enjoyed meeting you, Vicky. Thank you.
But I appreciate it. Thank y'all a lot, and I will see y'all next time.
Peace out.
Well, everybody, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed that. I did.
That was a good show.
Yeah, I really, really, really enjoyed listening to them talk.
Sorry, I was a little late.
Oh, you're fine.
I struggle with technology. I don't understand how to get my phone to work half the time.
I just wondered. I thought, man, no, she's got them coming. I know. I was sitting there waiting, looking on the bottom screen.
Yeah,
It's all right. I was just trying to.
well, and then I think Misty sent me. They couldn't get in either. They were having trouble.
I sent you the link twice, and then I didn't know how to get in touch with none of them until I can't remember which one it was now. Sent me a friend's request to get. I sent it to that one.
Okay. Well, Misty still sent me. She said something about sending me. I think we've got to go over because I think we've got 4 or 5 new people we gotta bring in.
Yeah.
So I'll go over and get them real fast when we get off here.
Yeah. I really appreciate you coming in. I was a little worried about you. I thought, Lordy, she must have done fell asleep.
No, I was struggling. I was having a hard time with the damn phone.
Yeah.
Well, and where we're at, we have two cell towers, and the 2 cell towers don't always work. And I was struggling trying to get the cell towers. That when I call them, they told me that the 2 cell towers are both being worked on. Well, why would you work on 2 cell towers at the same time? So sometimes we can't even call from one room to the other on the phones. And I'm like, good grief. Nothing I was doing was going through. It kept going and it would say dial, dial, dial. And it wouldn't let me click on anything. It just acted like it wouldn't connect to my internet. And I'm like, oh my God. So I turned the phone off. I'm like, she's almighty. They're going to think that I don't want to be there.
I was worried about you. I didn't know what was going on. I thought, Lord, she would done text me by now if something bad happened.
No, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. But
no, then they said the reschedule, and I'm like, no, wait. So then finally it came up and it worked.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I didn't hit a button. So luckily it worked. Thank goodness. Yeah. They're a great group of ladies. I love them all.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed it. I wish we can get them back on later down the road.
I love them all. They're also different, but also unique in what they do, and they're really a good group of people. And I truly do know that you don't get put in people's lives for no reason. I mean, there's a reason why you're put in people's lives. And I met them. Gosh, Bella was 2, 3, maybe 3 or 4, something like that. So I've known them for several years, and they are such sweet people. Misty, when I first met her, she was at a talk, and I came in behind her, and she went to turn around, and she stepped on me and about knocked me over. And she's like, honey, what are you doing over there? I said, well, you stepped on me. And from then on, she calls mom, and it's just like we've known each other our whole lives for some reason. They're 2 of the sweetest girls.
All right. Well, I'm going to get off here. I'm gotta go get me another Dr. Pepper. So
I know. Then Break went and got me a Coke. I was like, I need something to drink. My mouth is dry.
I appreciate y'all coming on. I really, really thank you. I'm just itching to play this outro. Matt made me a new intro and outro. So
a new one?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it then.
You don't see the intro?
I haven't seen the outro. I think I've seen the intro.
This is
well, no, maybe I haven't.
This is a different about the parapig.
The parapig? Where'd the parapig come from?
I named my studio after Barnaby.
Oh, I did see it going at the bottom, Parapig, one day. I'm like, what is the Parapig?
Yeah, it's Barnaby.
Oh, I want to see.
This is the intro, the one he made me.
I love that. I love that you've able to put Barnaby in there.
Every time I see it, I'm about to cry.
That's so cool. Well, and things are getting more customized and doing what we need. Like I said, I think we've got a bunch of people that we have to add on because I think it said there were 4 new members to welcome in.
Yeah, I was going to do it a while ago, but my phone's locked up.
Yeah, I'll grab them real fast when I get off here.
But yeah, every time I see the intro, I played it like 1,000 times at work today, and I get all teary eyed.
Oh, and like I said, I mean, what's Parapig Studios? But that's awesome. Parapig Studios. I love that.
I named it after Barnaby, so
You're going to bring him on one day.
Oh, I'm going to. If I can hold,
He's gonna have to be on. My cats were like going crazy. I don't know what they were doing. They were like all over me. Normally they're not like that.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go ahead and sign out, and I'll talk to you later, okay?
Okay, and again, I'm sorry I was late. I just could not get my crap together, but I made it.
Oh, yeah, you're fine.
And it turned out to be a great show.
I think the book's supposed to come out. That book right there.
I
think it's supposed to come out here in the next few weeks.
I want to get one and get it autographed for the shelf in here. But she's in Virginia, isn't she?
Yeah, she's in Washington State. I mean, Washington, D.C.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's up close to y'all, somewhere up in that area.
Yeah, I want to get a copy autograph. That's going to be cool.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm excited.
Well, that's like this movie premiere for them. I can't wait to go see this movie.
Yeah. All right.
Because that's going to be something awesome too. I've seen bits and pieces of it, like through the.
Hey there, buddy.
Hey.
What's up?
How's it going?
Oh, tired. Friggin' work. I love when people don't show up for their shift.
Oh, I was like, God, don't say anything bad. I'm sorry I was late. But you mean shift for work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have that problem.
I was a smidgen late for online. Technology is not my friend.
You've seen my show. It is not my friend either. As long as my stuff works, I'm happy.
Yeah.
That was my problem. I can't get stuff to work. I'm not tech savvy.
Yeah.
Oh. No,
But at
I
least
just
the guests were good. We had a decent show.
yeah, I watched what I could, and great show. Wonderful
Yeah,
ladies. Everyone had a great time.
Oh, they're awesome ladies.
yeah. I can't
They're
wait to
so
get them back
funny.
home.
Mm. But no, I just got home, saw y'all were still alive, and I was like, you know what, screw it, I'll go crash your party again.
Yeah.
Crash our party. You know what? I've got to go check and see if anybody bothered to bring in my goats. I could have 2 goats outside being bear food right now.
Yeah, man, I've been playing my intro. I get all teary eyed.
I'm glad you like it, brother. You
Yeah,
deserve it.
I get all teary eyed, man.
I'm glad you like it, brother. Like I said, you deserve it.
He's
Uh,
playing video games.
The goats.
Oh, good. Somebody put my goats away.
You
Hmm?
was going to check on the. You were going to check on the goats, and you said they're playing video games. I'm like, what? The goats?
No, my son's playing video games. I
Oh,
said, I'm sorry if you hear him screaming.
oh.
He's
Well,
like
that's
screaming and
like
cussing.
that's some talented
I've
goats
got
right
some
there. They're
damn
out there
good
playing video
goats, don't
games.
I?
Yeah, if they're playing video games, it's like, heck, you can make money doing that.
yeah.
Yeah, my goats are playing video games. No, my son is playing video games. My goats, thank God somebody put my goats away.
Oh,
I'll tell you in a few minutes. I think they're like $10 or $15. But we got to get a hotel room. We got to have a hotel room. It's in
ugh,
Bristol.
ugh.
I hate while ago, Matt, to cut y'all off, but I'm sorry, man.
Sorry for
Huh?
what?
When the ladies came on,
Oh, brother, it's all good.
I had to choose the ladies over y'all. I can't help it.
Hey, they were prettier than I am, so I don't blame you. I do the same thing even on my show.
Oh Lordy.
Well, if I hadn't been slacking, they would have been on time. But
Yeah, it's all good.
I think it turned
Yeah,
out to be the best show I had so far, except for when Matt's on there.
right?
there you go.
I had to change it. I had to change it up.
Mhm.
They really are very interesting people. I mean, you to meet them like this over the phone is one thing, but to really get to meet them in person and just spend some time with them, it's an energy unlike anything. It's oh my gosh,
Mhm.
they're contagious.
Well,
They're I don't know how to put it. They're especially the sisters, Misty and Ashley, they're contagious. They are just so funny and so alive. They don't there's no filter, there's no they're gonna say one thing and you get something else. You get what you get. They are what they are, and they're wonderful.
that sounds just
And
like our group.
yeah, they're awesome. Pat is the most loving, amazing person. Rhonda's the same way. She's got a business side, but she's just the most caring, I don't know, compassionate person. And all of them together with all of their gifts that they have, they just I don't know, they complement each other so well. And the things that they're able to do are just amazing. I mean, I would not believe half of the things that I've seen if I haven't seen them do it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the things I've sat back and I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. If I didn't see it, I wouldn't believe it at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm not one that I've always believed in paranormal or I've always believed in psychics or, that kind of thing. Healers. No, I would have said you were crazy. But if I hadn't seen things like that, if it hadn't been proven and I hadn't had another explanation for it, I wouldn't have believed it. And
Yeah.
those ladies, some of them have showed me that there are some strange things, and I don't need to ask why it happens, but they can do some pretty amazing stuff.
That was pretty cool. I like that.
And
Very well said.
her
Huh?
house, the Nickerson Sneed house, I'm telling you, that place it's from, you heard her say, it's pre-Civil War. 1700s, I think, is one part of the house. That house just has a life of its own.
Mm.
I mean, it's not like when you walk into a haunted building and one part is a little haunted and then another part over here has some activity. That building just has a life of its own.
Yeah.
And
The
that's
whole building.
that's something I like to tell everybody too. It's like, and I've said it on my show a couple of times. We forget sometimes that we look at the recorded history, but it's stuff that's not recorded. Like if you think about it, like Civil War you brought up, just because things are recorded, you can't sit there and assume that every conversation, every event, every little detail was recorded. There's a
Mm-hmm.
whole nother story to it. And
Yeah,
that's what I like about these locations, because you can go to an empty field. Well, it may be an empty field now, but what was it back in,
exactly.
Revolutionary days? What was it in Civil War era? I mean, here in Pennsylvania, yeah, I'm close to Gettysburg, but camps were scattered all throughout the state. They were scattered all over the place. So just because somebody didn't die in a battlefield does not mean that they don't have an energy imprinted somewhere else. So
Exactly.
everywhere has history. Everywhere. And even before, we even got here, before the settlers even got here, there was still more. This was all Native American. It's you think about it, and once you start opening up that mindset, every location is an amazing location, and just
Yep.
because it's written down that something happened does not mean that something else isn't there. And that's one thing I love about this field. Like the battleship, yeah, there was a torpedo hit. Yes, that's obviously traumatic, but there's so much more to the story than just that.
Yeah.
People lived there. They built relationships there. They had friends there. They went through a lot, and a lot of that stuff isn't recorded. And that's something that we as investigators, and what I believe, that's what we need to focus on. That's what we need to do our due diligence on. It's forget about what's recorded, because that's already known. Let's focus on the what isn't.
Yeah.
Let's put
Yeah,
those pieces together.
they don't tell you. They tell you about the things that, like the bomb that hit, the missile that hit. They don't tell you about the 18-year-old kid that got on there, and heaven forbid he got on 18 years old. He enlisted, and all of a sudden he's at sea and his appendix ruptured, and he was too young to die, and his appendix ruptured, and he's out to sea, and nobody knows what's wrong with him, and he passed away too young, and now he's
Or,
forever stuck haunting the ship because Lord happens his appendix ruptured and he
or
died.
even, being a military man myself, getting a Dear John letter. Something like
Mm-hmm.
that can be traumatic for people, and that energy can be imprinted anywhere. Heck, I had
Exactly.
one. We had one when I was in boot camp. Guy got a Dear John letter, and for those who don't know, it's basically a breakup letter. You get one of those at boot camp. He was on suicide watch for a week.
Yep.
Yeah.
It hit him that hard. But anyway, enough of that somber stuff.
Well, but I'm saying, I mean, you don't know. There's so many other stories. That's like with
Oh
the
yeah.
Nickerson Sneed building. There are so many other stories. It's just like layers to the building. It wasn't just the war. It's not just one spot of the building. That
Mhm.
building has layers, and the building has a story to tell. It's just like the building is alive. The building
Yep.
itself, not just the people that are in it or the stories or the happenings that happen to the building or around the building, but the building itself has a story to tell. The
Mhm.
things that the building saw. and the things that went on inside of the building that weren't war related, or the things that happened to the people that lived in the building. I mean, that building saw all of that and held on to a lot of that. And when you walk into that building, even in the yard, you can feel it. But when you walk inside that building, I mean, it just takes on this presence, and it's there, and it's such a gorgeous building. I haven't had a chance to investigate it. I was there for a film shoot for my daughter. She was with Pat, and she did a film shoot, so we were there for a little bit. And but it's just the time that we spent in there for a few hours while we were doing this film shoot was, not to mention we were recreating something similar to an Anne Frank situation in one of the rooms. So, that had to trigger some peeking out the window. People can't see us. They can't know we're here. And that kind of trigger, that's got to trigger some stuff inside of the house that goes back to wartime.
100%. Brother,
So
what are you doing?
It was interesting. But the building, I would love for us to be able to get there and to investigate. And it's really not that far away. And now that they're turning it into a bed and breakfast with places to sleep, where you don't have to sleep in the hotel, that's even better.
100%.
Not that I'd be sleeping much.
Sorry, Shasta. I just saw a red light coming from Jonathan, and I'm like, what is he doing?
Well, what is he doing?
I don't know. I just saw this red light coming from behind his name there. Now, there, right there.
Oh, he's playing with the mouse or something, I think.
He was staring at like a monkey doing a math problem.
Oh, I didn't even see him.
Oh, that's my normal.
You're normal.
But anyway, brother, I gotta get going. Shasta, always a pleasure to see you. I still gotta eat, get changed, and get my butt to bed. I gotta be up in a couple hours to go right back to work.
Okay, grief. Tomorrow's a holiday. Protest. Stay home.
Yeah, I kind of can't do that being the site manager.
Oh, yeah.
Lead by example and all that BS.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Although I might just say, hey, I'm going to be late. I thought about that one. But
yeah, you could always pull the technical difficulties I had earlier.
Oh, trust me, I've thought about a couple of different things I can try to pull, but anyway, but I do got to get going. I got to get me something to eat. But like I said, always a pleasure seeing you, Shasta. Much love to cross over. Love you guys.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Have a
You
good night.
have helped us so much. Thank you very, very, very much. You have no idea.
Like I tell Jonathan, Shasta, y'all are family. That's what family does. It ain't nothing for me. It's family.
This is a dog-eat-dog world out here, and you know what? It's kind of hard when you find a brother in arms that likes to help you out, and it's a hard world. People would rather crap on you than help you.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Kat? Jeez almighty.
Well, we're working on changing all that. I have 6. I think I'm all right. I hit my
This
quota.
thing is over here doing some kind of weird purr thing. I don't know what the hell.
Oh, you should hear mine. I got 3 kittens. 2 of them are in heat.
Oh no, she's only a few
They yell
weeks
at
old.
each other.
Doing this weird purr. I've never heard her do it before.
Probably going into heat.
No, she's not old enough yet.
Well, mine are both in heat, and they're just yelling at each other.
Oh no, if she does that mess, it's time for the vet.
Yeah, I'm working on that one. But
time for the vet.
My father-in-law said he'll do it himself, and we're like, no. But anyway, y'all have yourselves a great night.
You too. You be careful.
Oh, you're no fun.
Go get some sleep.
Working on that part. But much love to you guys.
Well, I'm going to tell you something there. I forgot now what it was. Do you know what I was going to tell you?
What?
don't know. I was asking you if you know.
No. Because if I knew, it wouldn't have been something you were going to tell me. It was something you already told me.
No. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut her off. We've been live for almost 3 hours.
Oh, yeah. 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah. So I appreciate y'all coming on. I thank you for getting them on and getting them booked up for us. I think we had a lot of people in the chat that was really interested.
Oh, yeah.
I think they actually had a I don't know. I think they had a good time. A couple of them asked a bunch of questions and stuff. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think we did good. That's a good group. I'm really happy with them on there. Hopefully we can get them back again. I had fun.
I believe they will come back.
Yeah.
We'll be more
They stay
organized.
so busy. They're always doing something. To get them all in one place at one time, that's amazing.
Yeah. All right. I'll holler at you later, Shasta.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
I'm going to play the outro, and I will see you whenever we get to see you.
Okay. I'll talk to you tomorrow evening.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Okay, everybody, y'all heard it. I know this went a little long. I enjoyed it. I want to say my apologies for Raymond for coming in, and I had to cut him out, because the guest finally made it. But I will make it up to him. I will send him a request one day and have him come up on my show to apologize to him for cutting him off earlier. I didn't want to because I really appreciate him coming up, and everything. So I really appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for coming in, showing support for the group of ladies that came in. They was real nice. I liked them, and I hope and pray they will come back again soon. I will post their link on our Facebook page probably one day this coming week. I'm not sure when I get a chance, but I will literally put it up on there. All their contacts that you can contact them over, and the links to their books where you can order their books and all that and everything. So y'all can catch all that on Crossover Paranormal Society Facebook page. If you had to, you can probably message our page, and then me or my cousin will get in touch with you sooner or later. It might take us a little bit, but we will get back with you. I appreciate all the new people that jumped in, got on our channel, and also on our Facebook. I really appreciate that, and I'll talk to y'all later. See y'all.